everything wrong and good about Manchester United in one match. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Ayuan Agudo here, and today we need to talk about Manchester United, especially the most chaotic, embarrassing, yet somehow entertaining match you will ever watch. So, Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4. 8 goals, 0 control, 0 composure, and again, lack of game management. Where did we begin with this team? The first 10 minute, 30 minute, oh my God. Especially the first 10 minute, we put it up on them. We were composed, playing some of the best football we witnessed in a long time under Ruben Amorim. We score a goal and we're like, all right, here it is. Let's get another one. Let's kill the game off. Let's not get our foot off the gas. And what did we do? As soon as we scored, we let go of the gas again and we sat back. This is becoming a terrible trend that we do. Every single time we score goals, we drop back and we let the team attack. And before you know it, they equalize. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on with this team? And then they pick themselves back up and go again and able to score a goal before we went halftime. And coming out second half, which is also another terrible trend in our team, we never performed well in the second half. We only did it twice this season, and that's against Crystal Palace and Wolves. Second half, the first 3 minutes, Bournemouth equalized, and then they take the lead. We're so passive when we come back from halftime. What are they talking about there? What are you guys talking about at halftime? But again, Manchester United lack of composure and lack of control in games is going to kill us. Because going forward, this team today was incredible. We created a lot of chances, should have killed the game off in the first half. We didn't do it. But we conceded too many goals. We have conceded 26 goals in 16 games. That is not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. And what are we doing about it? Right now, nothing. And that is the frustrating part. We are doing absolutely nothing. And we somehow expect different results. If we keep putting in the same players in the same formation that is conceding these goals, we're going to continue to concede these goals. And the evidence was there. Like the first half, like I said, we were pressing them. We were playing some incredible football, one-touch football, cutting through their press. And as soon as the head coach recognized that and make his tactical adjustment, combined with us constantly dropping off after we scored, Bournemouth came back into this game. They easily could have won the game at the end if it wasn't for Lament's incredible saves. But also, we could have also won the game because if it wasn't for bad finishing from our end. So like I said, the bad, the good, and the ugly you saw of Manchester United in this game, you absolutely saw. And that midfield need to be addressed. That midfield completely need to be addressed. And the way you address this without actually personnel change is you move Bruno Fernandes out of that position. As good as Bruno Fernandes is going forward, it's a magician going forward, but it's also a liability in the back. And this game was a perfect example. Bruno Fernandes is capable of absolute magic, evidenced by his free kick. It's also evidenced by the fact that he was trailing a Bournemouth runner for the first goal, grabbed the ball, bypassed him, ran all the way, found his striker, and they equalized for the second goal to equalize. And all of that due to Bruno Fernandes abandoning his position. It's not that Bruno cannot defend. It's more like it's not defensively disciplined and positionally disciplined to stay where he at. Because some of the best attribute of a defensive midfielder or a defensive player is not always how quick can you tackle the other players or how fast you can be to recover when you lose position. Some of the best defensive midfielders of this generation are the ones that read the game perfectly, where they don't have to insert physical dominance in order to actually be effective. The greatest to ever done it is Busquets, and Busquets is not the fastest, it's not the quickest, it's not the strongest at all. but his ability to read the game is incredible. To position himself where he need to be to stop counterattacks, to cut up spaces for passes. That's what you need as his position discipline. Bruno Fernandes does not have that, and he will never have that. And it's also be counterintuitive to us, our most creative player and our most dangerous goal threat, to come play where he's not the best. So we need to move Bruno Fernandes out of there if we need to solve this crisis of conceding so many goals. Because we have plenty of defenders. They're not all that bad. So if we're constantly playing with a back three and we're still conceding goals, it's because the midfield. And usually in a back three, the goals, the concerning areas are behind fullbacks, are behind your wingbacks when they push forward. That's where usually the space is. Ahmad Dallo going forward, the space is usually behind them, and that is always the worry with a back three. But that's why you play with fast, aggressive center back on the end to be able to go cover in the spaces and be comfortable defending in the spaces. That weakness still existed in our team, but this Ruben Amorim system is compounding problems by creating an issue that shouldn't exist, and that is through the middle. We are getting played easily through the middle. We're getting cut through easily through the middle. So certainly, the team have two major weaknesses, and that's why we're conceding so many goals. Because we're getting access in the middle, we're getting access in the wide area. For example, the first goal, the Semenya goal, of course, a mistake between Luke Shaw and I think Dallo. But as soon as Luke Shaw was out of position, it's over with. Semenya has space, which is the danger area in the back three. One of your center back is not able to play or cover the spaces that is led by a fullback. It's an issue, and that's where their first goal came from. The second and the third goals came, and fourth goal all came from the issue in the middle. So, Ruben Amorim, you need to figure out a way to address this problem. Because to me, there's too many spaces, and one of your best player and one of your midfielders is not positionally disciplined to stay and limited the spaces we have. And every single time he wander around to try and go press when he shouldn't press, he leave whoever his partner is by himself. And they're supposed to be partner. They're supposed to be moving in unison. They're supposed to be the one working together at the most time. There shouldn't be in one time where one is doing completely one thing, the other one is doing completely another thing in that central midfield. And if you watch our game, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are constantly doing the opposite of what each other should be doing. And in terms of helping each other, it's never coordinated between them two helping each other in that midfield. And that's why we're constantly getting overrun there. And that's why we're constantly conceding goals directly in the middle. That's my rant about this game, is that as good as we are going forward, which we should be, we bought the third and the fourth top goal scorer in the Premier League last season. Last season it was Highland was the top goal scorer. Isak was the second top goal scorer. Third was Mbrumo and fourth was Cunha, and we both got them in our team. Of course, like we should be better by virtue of having better players, having better finishers in our team. That's why our attack is much better. Our defense somehow is one of the worst in the league, and it's concerning. And people keep forgetting that. There's a reason the phrase said, defense win championship. If you have the ability to stop team from scoring, all you need is one goal to win. But if you constantly conceding goals, it means that the pressure to score is even greater, which cause more problem because you're more open. By trying to push for more goals, you become more open, which lead to conceding more goals. So again, the defense if we fix our defense, our offense will be much better because we'll be more patient and we won't be more rushing to trying to score goals because we know our defense is leaking. And that's the reason why Arsenal are so difficult to beat, is that All they need sometimes is one goal. In the majority of their games, they walk into that game knowing if they score one, they're most likely going to win. That's because they barely concede goals. So that's my takeaway from this game. The good, the bad, the ugly, all in one. A chaotic Manchester United game, if you ever seen it. Great going forward, terrible defensively, and barely can control games. And that's Manchester United in 2025 in a nutshell. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe and leave your thought in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with me? And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.